As far as the provision in the charter goes, you know, with all due respect to whoever wrote that, I think it's frankly an absurd provision to have in there to require an elected body to approve something. I mean, why even bring it to us if we have to approve it? It is in the charter, so it also states that it's council, not every council member has to vote for it. So, you know, I'm not going to be able to support 12A and B. I would state if there's not 5 votes to support it, that we postpone it and see if we can amend it to approve it at a later date.
We're talking about something that it's operated this way for years and years, and I think it's sad that we can't just move forward in a civil, not that it's not civil, but I think it's a little premature, I'll be honest with you. I just have a problem with it, and I think that we'll do a good job moving forward of vetting it. I guarantee you there'll be a lot of discussion, but this council did its duty to make sure that we brought forward to the voters of this city a change in the pension. We did so. It was overwhelmingly accepted. So, you know, I just want to say that I take exception to that.
In terms of the public voting to accept the pension, I certainly don't. I think everything you said is correct. A high number of percentage of the public voted to approve it, but we really just gave them a menu with one option. It's sort of like we gave them the menu with the steak, and everybody ordered the steak, and we think, well, that's what everybody loves. That same election, the voters also approved a measure to do away with the county's pension plan. So the voters spoke. I mean, you can interpret that how you want, but the voters also, in the overwhelming majority, voted away to do away with the county's pension plan. So, and you know, for note, the county's pension obligation last year I think was 4.5, and it's going down this year to 3.9. In relation to ours, it's going from 16 something to 23.4. I think it's worth noting.
I see a difference between 12A and 12B. I accept what Mr. Frost tells us, and we have done this in the past. That is, we vote on the first reading really without a great deal of discussion about the budget, recognizing that we're going to have open public hearings, public comment, and an opportunity to question directors of divisions and whatnot to look at these numbers more closely. So I don't have a problem at this point with approving the budget, understanding that the real work is yet to come, and there will be some differences of opinion. Now, when I see 12B, which is the tax portion related to this, frankly, I don't read the charter as requiring that to be approved anytime before the 15th day of the month preceding July 1, the new budget year. So the tax levy strikes me as different. It's an implementing arm to a budget we haven't decided upon. I'm going to be supporting the first item, 12A, because I think we need to move on to the hearings. And like I said, I think that each of us will have a chance to raise questions about what we think about that, but I'm not going to support 12B at this point in time. I think it's premature. Thank you.
Thank you. I would just like to make this statement. Recently, there was some dialogue in a blog about an issue with city government back and forth among some people, and Dr. Lyons weighed in and explained again what the law was. And the person who responded to him said, okay, well, I'll just keep on ranting about the way I think it ought to be, and you can deal with the way it really is, because that doesn't seem like much fun. And I thought that was a pretty astute observation. So really what I have to do with this budget is deal with the way the law is based on the decisions that this council made with recommendations from the administration over the past year on several issues, on salary increases, on pension and others. We've had those debates, we've made those decisions, and this budget reflects that, what our obligations are. So I don't mind you picking apart the budget, and I welcome you to do that, but know that we have certain obligations based on decisions that have been made prior to today. And that's what this budget, in terms of some of these items, reflect.
Some cities and some states are raising taxes and losing businesses, and some are lowering taxes and attracting businesses. I don't know if y'all watched the news yesterday or saw it in the Journal or some other paper today, but Toyota is thinking about moving, you know, 400,000 jobs, or 4,000 jobs, excuse me, from California to Texas because of the lower cost of taxes. And when we get to a corporate level, people are looking at significant taxes. I'm concerned that we make it more attractive that they move to the county as opposed to the city, or to Blount County or Anderson County. And I want us to really look at that. And so the tax increase part, in my mind, should come up at the time when we actually nail down the budget. We're going to move on with that. Then obviously we have to appropriate the taxes or authorize the taxes to support that. But it seems premature to me to do it at this time.